And it looks like we are live. So welcome everyone to another episode of the Coach's Playbook. Today first we're joined by a special guest. We got Mr. Andre McHugh, who's part of the Top Step community, professional interest rate and start off as an interest rate trader. Now he's an equities trader. We got Dan Hodgman and Coach Hogue, as always. Great to have everyone here. So today, with the recent launch of our new Discord server, we thought this would be a good opportunity to sort of talk a little bit about social trading, which in the modern era is really something we all do now. You could probably trace the origins back to the days when people would call down to the desk on the trading floor looking for information on what was moving the markets at the time. Excuse me. That has things like, who's buying, who's selling, what's bid for how much, what are the locals doing, are they long or short, all kinds of stuff that
what was it the bull report or the bear report? What was it, Hogue, where people were watching what everyone's positions were, and as soon as it hit like a certain percentage, everyone's like, all right, flip it over.
That was the bullish consensus.
That was it.
Yeah. They would ask all the grain traders if they were long, just if they were long, or if they were bullish. Are you bullish? And every time it got to 80% bullish, the high was in. Every time it got to 20% bullish, the low was in. Goes back to something my dad always said, and it's still true today. It always looks the best at the top and the worst at the bottom.
Right? Oh, for sure. And all that stuff. People just didn't know how to access that information at the time, but now we get it like sort of at the click of a button, I remember when chat rooms first started getting popular, traders would pay thousands of dollars a month just for breaking news right from the trading floor. Goldman's bid for 1,000 bonds, or RJO bought 500 notes, stuff like that. Like, people just paid
to sit
a lot of money for that information.
Right next to Morgan Stanley's desk. And I knew one of the guys, and I knew the second he stood up from his seat, I was like, all right, something's getting called in. So then I get on the headset and I'd call into the guys in the pit if I wasn't in there, and I'd just say, watch Morgan Stanley. He's coming to chip. We might have something big coming through. Because as soon as he stood up and leaned into the desk a little bit and picked that phone up, I was like, all right, something's good coming. We want to get on this.
Yeah, I guess what's that point? I guess I started at the beginning of when trading went electronic, and we started in gallery and office, and we had 10, 15 traders all sitting in an office space together. So we can that was kind of our social trading at the time. I know Hogue and Danny, you guys started up in the pit, so that was your social trading at the time. And then it kind of evolved into desk, and now here we are in this COVID age, and everyone's kind of isolated, and it's just the next evolution, or these chat rooms or Wall Street bets or what have you. And it's just we're sharing information, bouncing ideas off of each other. I think it's better now than it ever has been, to be honest with you, because there's so many. You guys have so much information from so many knowledgeable people all at the same time, whether it's getting levels from Hogues or Danny or other professional traders. It's valuable. It's priceless right now, I'd say.
Awesome. Absolutely. And on that note, I dropped the link. Our chat is actually working this week, so I'm excited about that. Wow. So we have a chat going, but I dropped the link for anyone that hasn't already joined our Discord channel. It's right now strictly for people here in YouTube. Make sure you go join the Discord because there is good conversation. All four of us are in there chatting, talking about what we're seeing. Hogue's just dropping major knowledge bombs, and it's a blast. I'm having a lot of fun with it so far.
Definitely. And, I'm sorry to backtrack here, guys. We got a little ahead of ourselves. I do not want to forget our Funded Trader shout out for this week. Dan, you got someone for us to recognize?
Absolutely. Emmeline, I'm not even going to attempt the last name here. It starts with a D. Up 2,300 right now, trading the NASDAQ, nice. Which is pretty exciting to see.
Another NASDAQ. 3 in a row, right?
Probably not short.
Must be long.
I was going to say. It's a one-way trade right now.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Dan. Getting back on topic, just like Andre said, as it sort of evolved, independent traders kind of moved off the floor and began sharing office space, just like Andre said, bouncing ideas off of one another. And then Twitter and Facebook kind of open up the floodgates for access to information. You could literally find out anything you want. You could have a trading buddy halfway around the world if you wanted to. And the communities that have grown around trading have just become astronomical. And with the launch of this new Discord, Dan, you want to just set up a few words on how it's been going so far?
Absolutely. Well, first off, everyone that has joined, thank you. It's been a blast. I'm having a lot of fun right now. It's great. We're starting a little small. So we've got an equities room. We got an energies room. We're going to have a general futures chat room as well. Basically the goal is to just share ideas, things that we're looking at, not buy here, sell here. We all know it's, you can give a man a fish, but there's a lot more to teach that man to fish. And so great conversation going so far. We got people from all over the world. I woke up at about 5 o'clock this morning and I looked in there and we got someone from Romania. We've got South America. We got people all over the globe sharing ideas. It's a lot of fun. And I think what's really cool, not only are we in there too, but you've also got our founder, Michael Patox, in there having conversations with people. So you've got direct access to all the top step traders, and including Andre, who's not a top step trader at this point. But he's been around since the beginning.
Yeah, you could say that. I guess one of the things I noticed just doing this little beta version, if you will, of Discord was really cool is, I'm watching a couple equity markets and interest rate market and the bonds, but sometimes people call out other markets that I'm not necessarily paying attention to. And I think that's awesome when someone's, illuminating a market or highlighting a market that I'm not paying attention to that could be influencing the markets that I happen to be trading on. That's the information that's so damn valuable that you can't pay for that service because it's happening in real time. So that you have a lot of eyes watching different things, together at the same time. It's awesome.
Andre, you remember back when we had the Squawk Radio and Eddie and I were still on the floor, and I think it was a day we had Goldman and Morgan just selling 100 lots. You were trading that day, and you were talking in the Squawk Radio like, "Oh my God, this is gold. This is gold." I think it was the day before the market really started to crack in like 2011 or something like that.
Yep.
So
had I not known that, because there's no way I could see that, but had I not known that, that's information I took advantage of and profited. I probably owe you a dinner for that one, Hope.
Well, there's interest involved in that, so now it's 3 dinners.
Fair enough. I think the information paid for itself, but yeah, that point, it's that's valuable. It's gold, man. Like having that, it's as good as it gets.
And it's the one thing I miss about being in the pit, man, is just to be able to see your competitors, something we don't get to see on screen.
Oh.
It's funny you bring up that 2011. That was right before I left for the military, and I was down on the floor. And this was like right as push notifications on like apps on your phone were becoming a thing, and they were pretty decent. And 99.9% of the guys were just watching the boards, waiting to see any news that would roll in. And they were watching that all day. You guys remember you'd stand down there and they had a little news section where a headline would pop up. The push notifications were coming in about a minute before those. So the market would already start to go because we did have the computers. People were seeing that. And it was a huge edge for us because I was a young guy down there and I was like, cell phone, man, you got to use it. There's a benefit to these little things. And we started watching it. And anytime I'd get something in, I would be on our headset, I'd be like, this just happened. Okay, we got movement coming. And then all of a sudden it would start to flood into the pit, but we already knew it was happening where everyone else was trying to race to figure out, wait, what just happened? I'm not seeing any headlines. So like that was for me the first little bit of, I guess you could use the term social trading because I was using an app to get some sort of an edge. And these
in real time.
Yeah. I think that's the key. It's people pay astronomical amounts of money to be as close to the exchange as possible, to have that fastest feed, the best internet. And that real-time stuff makes a world of difference. And being able to do it in a community where you can chat with people that can at least just point you on something. Like you said, Dre, if you're not watching the bonds closely, but all of a sudden the bonds take off like a bat out of hell, and you're not watching them regularly, someone can drop that and you can go, oh, wow, bonds just took off. What just happened? Are stocks going to break?
Exactly. That's the goal. And, I guess in the Discord, and we're all on the same team, we're not rooting against each other. Everyone's trying to help each other achieve the same goal. So, everyone's intentions are good. Everyone's trying to, pull on the same side of the rope, so to speak. So it's a real positive experience. And like you said, it's 24 hours a day now. So, it doesn't get much better.
And it's not insider info that we're tossed around either. You know, most people just don't know how to get access to information that someone else might know how to get access to, and they're sharing it, you know.
Well, there's always one of the advantages of being on the trading floor before the computer and the electronic age was we always had the wires that you could see that were up on the walls or just hanging over the pit. So if you were watching the wires, you could get information that the general public couldn't. The information came to the trading floor first. And, you know, with the whole push notifications and with the access to information that everybody has these days, it's not the case anymore. It doesn't really pay to be on the trading floor. Unfortunately, it happens so fast now that by the time we realize that there's some sort of change, some sort of an event that's changing the marketplace, it's already happening in the marketplace, and we all have to go scramble to find out what it was. If it's not a known event, right? If it's not a known economic number. So, you know, still the greatest indicator of something going on seems to be the market, because the market always seems to respond first.
Yeah, a high-speed news feed almost seems more valuable than a high-speed data feed nowadays, for sure.
Seriously. I guess to that point, Hogue, you were doing just that for us in Discord last week. Bonds fell out of bed and no one knew why. And then sure enough, Powell started speaking, and then you were relaying the messages across the Discord. Had you not been there, I would have no idea what was going on, because I'm watching my Bloomberg, and Bloomberg wasn't playing the interview from Powell. So without that, I mean, it's a perfect example of how social trading and this Discord channel is just, it's awesome.
And I was getting those right off of a Twitter feed.
Is that right? I was wondering where you were getting them from. Okay, Twitter. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what's great about any sort of community that you can chat with people, and especially in the real time, is there's so much information that's out there, and finding ways to condense it. Someone might be watching one thing closer than what you're watching, or you're watching closer than someone else. And it's a lot to take in. And if someone is able just to condense it down to a couple words, that's why I love CNBC's website. You can click on an article and it gives you 3 bullet points, the 3 key bullet points to the subject, to quickly condense some information that you can then go out and share. And I think that's what these communities allow us to do, is be able to chat in them, condense that information. People can use it. And the key is using this information to help you, not to influence you, not to change your opinion. I know a lot of people kind of get biases tweaked when they're in these rooms. And the key is just to remember, everyone has a different appetite for risk. I used this example last week. I was talking with Michael. He and I did a long and a short at the exact same price, or within like a handle or two of each other. We both made money on the trade, strictly because we had different appetites for risk. We were looking at 2 different things. So that's the thing we want to think about, is this information that we have this access to, is making sure we're using it for ourselves and learning from it and getting those ideas. And if we're sharing information, you're kind of breaking it down, not just throwing in a chart and going, hey, here's my chart for today, but here's my chart, and this is what I'm looking at in this chart, and this is why. If we can answer those questions, and I think it's just a matter of asking each other why. Why are you looking at that price? Why is that level important to you? Obviously, you're going to have a lot of, proprietary, personal type things to it, but kind of giving some validity behind those levels makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it's important to add context to anything that you're putting in there.
Absolutely. Real quick, I do want to give a shout out, since we do have comments finally working. I want to say hello, Tanya, Magnum, Brian, Ted, and Murph. Thanks for joining us here, you guys. And I recognize some of those names from Funded Trader interviews and our Discord. So it's nice to see. And we got Michael. Finally, a Top Step Discord. Yay.
Yeah, and just to note something Dan mentioned earlier, we don't have like a guru in there shooting off trades and levels and stuff like that. We're all just in there sharing our own knowledge, sharing what we see in the market each day.
No know-it-alls allowed.
Right?
Everyone...
We still have losers. We still have our days where we take a little bit of a bath sometimes. It's inevitable. It's part of trading.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we got any questions rolling in, or just
no, just a bunch of nice comments here.
Awesome. So I guess we'll just go around the horn one more time. We got any closing thoughts here?
Sure. One thing I will say is with this idea of community outside of just, what we've got with Discord now, I know there's a lot of trade calling rooms out there too, which can be really beneficial. And I think the key is to just always remember when you're in those areas and people are giving advice like that, use it for yourself and apply it to your own strategy, and don't just blindly follow, because everyone has that different risk for appetite, and that makes a big, or appetite for risk. And that makes a big difference in this. We can all look at the same price. We can all say buy it. Doesn't mean we're all going to make money or lose money on that trade.
Yeah, in our Discord, I don't think we're really going to be calling trades. But if you are putting information out there, these are my charts, these are the levels I'm looking for, always try and add a little bit of context to that. Here's a level I'm looking at, and here's why. It doesn't mean buy or sell, or this is the greatest level ever. Just put a little context to it, and always be nice, be respectful, and we're all going to learn a lot from this Discord.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys. This is really fun. If you guys are in the Discord room, my name is Dre. You'll see me in their chat in a little bit. Come say hi. To tap on jump on what John said, we're all in this together. The levels will be context provided. Hey, John, maybe I could ask you this, and for my benefit as well. When you talk about your levels, maybe explain some of those acronyms you're using in terms of like POC and stuff like that. So maybe the room could, point of control and things like that. It'll help.
Absolutely.
Stuff like that. Like, we're all going to grow together in this Discord channel. It's going to be an awesome experience. So,
sure.
Being in there, this thing's going to evolve and get better as things go on.
It's a great idea. Maybe we could put together a little document.
It works.
Sort of.
Yeah, they're pretty simple acronyms, like, value area high, value area low, VAH, VAL.
I have a doc that breaks down every one of those acronyms.
Awesome.
Will copy and paste it, and we'll hunt it down, copy and paste it. We'll throw it in there. That was a good
call.
Good idea, Andre.
Excellent.
And we do have one question here. First off, Mr. Shine's Mystery Channel, thanks for joining us. And then Michael's just asking, will there be a Forex section in the Discord? It's on the plan. We're just kind of feeling things out right now, getting things rolling, getting it started a little bit. But we're going to continuously add new things and make some tweaks and adjustments. And I do think, Andre, thanks for mentioning your name in there. It's Dre. I'm Dan H. If you didn't know already, I think Hoag's in there under Hoag, and JD's in there under John Doherty. So don't hesitate to reach out, say what's up to us. We'll be doing the same.
Awesome. You got a quote for us, Dan?
I do. It is yesterday was International Women's Day. And I think it's Women's Month right now as well. So I have one from, a pretty famous woman, Helen Keller, that I really like, that has to do with teamwork. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. I liked that.
I like it too. Very true.
Perfectly to the social Discord. Yep.
Hoag, you want to take us home?
Sure thing. Looking forward to seeing you in Discord. As always, thanks for watching the forecast and the recap, and lots of opportunities every day. Some bigger, some smaller. Make sure you stay creative. Make sure you stay open to the market's information. Get out there, profit. Trade well today, and we'll see you next time.